you get to the NCAA tournament, that's going to happen. I mean, every team's going to bring their best effort. I thought they took it to us, especially early on. We called a couple timeouts to really get ourselves under composure. I thought we were being very sloppy with the ball. We had some turnovers that we were just forcing ourselves. We were just throwing bad passes across our bodies and stuff like that. So I thought we really did a much better job, especially later in the game, and our guys just toughed it out. And that was a hard-fought NCAA tournament game right there that came down to the wire. And told him at the timeout I wanted the ball in Daryl's hand. I wanted him to drive, get something at the basket, get a shot off. I wanted him taking it. He got it and pulled up right in front of me and buried it. So, I mean, obviously a great win, a great shot to win that game there.
Did you think it was in when you saw it?
I said as soon as it left his hands, it was good. I mean, I turned right to Mike Doyle, was standing next to me. I was like, game over. I just started walking to that angle that I had, it just looked perfect, like it was going right in. So.
Well, how about you? Did you feel right away when you let it go? It was going in?
Yeah. I kind of knew, yeah. I'm not really a good shooter, like, when it comes to just standing still, but, like, off the dribble, yeah, I'm kind of good at that. So I knew it was good when I left my hand.
Was the intent to go to the basket?
Yeah,
first?
that was just like how they played before. That was the plan to go to the cup, but it was like he was backing up and kept backing up, so I just pulled up for it.
Hey, Coach, was it a feeling about Daryl on that last sequence? Did he ask for the ball, or
he didn't have to ask for it? I mean, I've known him since I recruited him his senior year in high school, and he was on a team that won win the state championship at Imhotep High School, and even at that time, they had a couple Division I players on their team. He knocked down a couple big-time game winners for them. He just has a knack for making that big shot, which is why he's a senior. He's going to be the guy bringing the ball up the floor. I'm not going to have him risk making a pass on that situation. I'd rather have him have something going towards the basket, whether it's a pull-up jump shot or something going all the way to the rim. Wanted the ball in his hands. He's had a knack for that his whole career, making big shots. So fortunately, we were able to get that one tonight.
Do you like being in that situation, Daryl?
It doesn't matter. It don't matter for me. I'm
excited, man.
No, I'm excited, but I mean, it's like, because I think in the beginning of the season, he put the ball in my hands and I gave the ball to Ivan, but he's not playing somewhere. But it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever we got to do to win. So it's really how we rocking.
That's true. It's very true.
You know, Anthony, you played these guys a month ago.
Yeah.
Did they do anything differently or than that first time, or? Because that one went down to the wire too.
Yeah, I feel like this time it was more scrappier than it was before.
Right.
It was boxing out more. Yeah. Like, they wasn't afraid of us. It was right at us. Every time they had a chance to come at us, they were just taking right at us.
Yeah, they're not going to back down.
Yeah, it wasn't
they take the fight right to you, so you got to equal that. I know their sophomore point guard, Christian, I didn't even look at his name.
40.
He had 38 points. I mean, he is as good of a guard that you're going to play against. He wants the ball's in his hands a lot of the time in the game. I know they had a point guard last year. I can't pronounce it. Frank Chatano.
He was nice.
I mean, he reminds me a lot of him. The ball's in his hands. He's crafty. He gets to the paint. He uses the ball fake a lot to get guys off balance. I mean, these are the two best defenders on our team. They were on and off of them, both of them, and they do a really good job on him. He just made some really good shots tonight. I mean, he's a really, really good player. I mean, he's 10 for 10 from the foul line. I know that's kind of been one of his weak points of the season was his free throw shooting, but I mean, to his credit, he wanted the ball in his hands and knocked down big shots and made a big play at the end where he kicked it back out and they buried the three to tie it there. I mean, so he is, hats off to him. Yeah, it was. I mean, he's a terrific player. As a sophomore, he's going to have a great career for them.
Did the delay affect you guys at all? You know, the first game being pushed back and
I mean, I
45 minutes roughly.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about him, but
us too.
When we left shoot around, we went to get something to eat around the corner. It took us 3 hours to do all of that because it was just so much traffic and we couldn't even go back home to get our game stuff. So we just came here and the same stuff we wore in shoot around and we just winged it kind of.
And that kind of happened with everyone. We didn't order a meal for them. We're on spring break, so they got I got meal money for them. And I was like, oh, after practice, we'll just send them out. They can get their own food. All of a sudden, we get out of shoot around. We're buried in snow. So most of the guys stayed here and got food delivered to them. Took a while, but it got here. These two went, and a couple other guys left and went to go get food, and they only went a couple miles. 3 hours later, as soon as I realized how bad it was, I think I texted them back 2.5 hours later. They were just getting back into the gym. Because we just realized that I know the buses from Albright especially and Springfield, they were stuck behind a lot of axes. I know there was a lot of trees down in the area, so I think it affected probably these guys way more than me. I was going to be here regardless, so I mean, for me, it's more of the nerves, just kind of waiting for the game to get here. But once tip-off happens, it's all basketball from there. So,
guys, how important is it being the home team in a situation like this, especially against a team that you just got by, you know, a month ago by 2? How important is the home?
Yeah, for me as a coach, I think it's really important for these guys. They are very familiar with their surroundings. It's their gym, their locker room. I mean, they're going home and they're sleeping in their own beds. So I think that's really important. They don't have to break their routine. I know last year we went to Middlebury for the first round of the NCAA tournament. It took us 8.5 hours by bus to get there. So you're on the bus all day. You get out, you practice, and then you got to find food for them at different restaurants. You don't know where you're going, and then you're sitting around the hotel kind of. They're not in their own rooms. They have their own roommates now instead of having their own room back in at school. They're with a different roommate on the road. So it's an adjustment going on the road for the tournament. Being at home, I think the biggest advantage is you're in your routine. You're on your home court. You're very familiar with the court. Being able to stay in your routine is a big thing. So I don't know how they feel.
I feel like our crowd gives us that extra energy that we need. Like when we playing like sluggish, they give us that extra energy to give us back in our floor. So I think it's a big advantage for us.
I don't know if it's the same. It doesn't matter. Just because my freshman year, we had home court advantage too in the tournament, and we lost. So it was like, I didn't want to go out like that. So it's regular to me. It doesn't matter if we home or away. We just got to bring it. That's all. And people sleep on us a lot. So they don't give us no credit. So, you know.
So you guys got a long look at Springfield. What are your thoughts going into tomorrow?
I think they're a very good half-court offensive team. If you allow them to get comfortable with the ball in the half court, they execute their stuff. They have a million different sets that they run. Their another sophomore point guard is tremendous. He can play inside, outside. He rebounds the ball, can shoot it, score off the bounce. So he's a pretty good matchup, and these two will end up on him at some point tomorrow. So we got to be able to get through. We have our shoot around tomorrow, our scouting report meeting. So we'll go over their tendencies, what they like to do, and try to take those away, make them as uncomfortable as we can in the half court, because when they get into the flow of their offense, they're tough to defend. So we'll have our hands full there.
They got to guard us.
Yeah, that's
too.
I was just going to get to. Then for us, I think on the offensive end, if we can get the tempo going to the style that we want to play, I think that'll be to our advantage. If we allow the game to be a half court game and grind it out type game, that's going to be to their style. We want to get up and down and get the tempo going into our favor. So that's what I think the biggest key to tomorrow is who can control the tempo for the majority of the 40 minutes. The team that controls it is going to be the team that comes out with a win, I think, tomorrow. So again, we'll have our hands full defending them, but again, they're same thing. They're going to have their hands full trying to guard us. So it should be a good battle again.
Sure. Thank you guys, and good luck to you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I don't have anything else. No, I'm good. I mean, they asked everything, so congrats on the win.
Thank you. All right, fellas, rest up.